Johnny Mercer.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I thank you for squeezing me in, because I wasn't going to speak today, but I felt compelled to come to the chamber and just give my 2 pence worth. I very much enjoyed the contribution from the member for North Durham, but I think it would be remiss of me not to sort of point out how narrowly he danced on that line between delusion and fiction. He was the Veterans Minister in 2008, 2009. When I was fighting these campaigns, and this is not about me, and it's not about anybody's personal service, this is about truth and fact. And the fact is, the equipment we fought these campaigns in, but crucially our veterans' care, was simply appalling. And I cannot sit here and allow members of the opposition to say that Labour's record on defence is so... No, I will not give way at this moment. I will not give way at this moment. I cannot abide that the Labour Party's record on defence is so superior to the Conservative Party. This is... Point
of order, Kevin Jones.
In order for a member to accuse somebody of something which is not true and then not allow that member to actually respond to it?
Well, I'm sure that the honourable gentleman will feel that if he has referred to another member, he might like to take an intervention.
Am I alleged to have said something that's not true? What have I said that is not true?
Discussion across the chambers, that sort of thing. But
Go on, Kevin. Go on, Kevin.
Well, what is not true is what the honourable member just said about cutting support for veterans. We're just
have the conversation across the chamber. This is an intervention. The honourable gentleman will then respond to it.
I was proud to introduce the armed recovery capability, which actually made sure we supported the armed forces who were coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq with severe injuries. It was a Labour government, which I was part of, and proud to be, which introduced the Armed Forces Compensation Act in 2005, which for the first time brought in lump sum payments for those severely injured. So the idea and track record of our administration in terms of support for veterans will stand up to any scrutiny from what the Conservative government has done since.
That's right, Kevin.
I would say to my honourable friend that it may be worth him putting that debate into the course of public opinion as to across the country as to whether our service and our offer to our veterans and our service personnel in that time between 2003 to 2015, which saw the biggest explosion in military charities this country has ever seen because of the lack of provision that he presided over, I would suggest it's a good thing to put that into the public domain and see if that actually bears up to fact. But look, I think it's important this debate is grounded in fact. This should not be a partisan issue. We should not be talking about what Labour did or what the Conservative government did. There are areas, and I have to talk about it because of the fiction that has come across from the opposition. We do need to work harder on some serious elements of defence, around mental health, around veterans' care, around what we want from the armed forces. What do we want our armed forces to stand for, and crucially, what do we not want from our armed forces as we move forward to a period of post-Brexit? But we must ground this debate in credibility and reality. And yes, when it comes to pay, everybody would like to be paid more. I could not find a single serviceman or woman in the UK Armed Forces today who would not like more money. But it is disingenuous in the extreme if I was to stand here and say that that is a single blanket issue that drives down recruitment, that reduces the ability to retain these skilled men and women, and to represent that somehow a career in the armed forces is somehow not worth it or completely constrained by appalling terms and conditions. It is not the case. And one of the most frustrating things about this place is the fact that we have a world-class military. And of all the things I can be accused of which there are many, being a government lackey on defence, I'm afraid, is not one of them. If you look at my record on IHAT, if you look at my record around defence spending, if you have a brief conversation with the Minister for the Armed Forces who recoils at the very mention of my name, I am not a defence lackey. But we, on this issue, on this issue around our capability, okay, yes, we had more ships in the Falklands. Yes, we had hordes of more tanks and so on, but in the Falklands, a lot of the guns didn't work. A lot of the ships didn't work. You look at that Type 26 frigate, that is one of the world's most capable combat ships. And you can shake your head and say, well, it doesn't employ millions of people and the steel, didn't come from exactly where I wanted to. But we have a world-class military. Okay, and it is extremely disingenuous to the people of this country to constantly use this as a political football between the Labour Party and the Conservative Party over who's doing better on defence. We have deep challenges. We have deep challenges. But I would gently suggest that pay is not one of them. I will, of course, give way.
My honourable friend for giving way. Would he agree with me that the reason why some fall out of our armed forces is hugely complex? It's all sorts of different reasons. It could be accommodation, it can be the fact that they often find it difficult with their spouses because they want to have employment, they want to have some sort of family life, and in an increasingly modern world, it's often thought not to be compatible with military service. So it's a rich and important mixture of different things, and it's not just one thing, and it's not just pay.
Absolutely, and look, this is why this government is trying hard. I come back to the fact that I'm not going to stand here, and say that it is all rosy when it comes to defence. The government has just brought in, or the second reading, I think it was on Monday, of the flexible working bill, which is going to fundamentally change the offer we give. We have to constantly challenge the offer we give to our armed forces personnel. But to pretend that pay is the limiting factor as to why so many people are leaving, why we have so many challenges around recruitment, is I'm afraid not fair. It's not fair on the government, but crucially, it's not actually fair on the people who serve, because we're actually getting them to think that it's an issue that it's not. We have got a lot of work to do when it comes to defence. Pay, like I say, is not one of them. But let's, get this debate into the realms of reality so we can actually get somewhere and deliver something from those who I know will be watching this debate and scanning it for credibility. And I'm afraid will not have seen much of it today.